Welcome. Kindly let us know your name. Please introduce yourself.
My names are Will Klurman from Kitabu.
My name is Martin Kiati from Perkins.
So give us an overview of who is Kitabu, what is this?
Sure, Kitabu, we've been here 5 years. We're East Africa's leading distributor of ebooks and digital content for education. So we're headquartered in Nairobi. We've now worked with over 800 schools. We also work in 4 countries, mainly in Kenya, but also Rwanda, Uganda, Ghana. So Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, and Ghana are the 4 countries where we operate today, but Kenya is our home.
Let's know about your working relationship with your friend.
Please.
How is Kitabu liaising with?
Through a public-private partnership called Digital Literacy Trust. We work with Mr. Kieti here, who comes from Perkins School for the Blind and also Kenya Union for the Blind. We're collaborating to bring more inclusive education to the government's rollout of digital literacy. Martin,
tell us about Perkins again.
So, first, Perkins is a US-based NGO established as a school in 1829, just about 200 years now. And Perkins has been providing educational services to children who are blind, children who are deafblind, and children that have additional disabilities. And through our Perkins International Department, we are working in 64 countries around the world, providing training to teachers, support to parents, providing support to government to strengthen their policies, and working directly with children and adults who are blind, deaf-blind, or with multiple disabilities. We are embarking on training over the next 10-12 years about 1 million teachers on how to better serve children who are visually impaired within inclusive schools. And this is where we now merge with Kitabu on the DLT platform, because as the country is rolling out the digital literacy program, we are saying teacher training, which Kitabu is interested in terms of providing skills to teachers on how to teach children using technology. That training of teachers can be integrated with the teaching that we are proposing, because it's highly communicative, so that some teachers are receiving additional skills.
When are we likely to see that? How soon is likely to happen?
We are working with the Ministry of Education to lay down the foundation, contracts and finding academic homes where the courses will be being done, and hopefully soon the program will begin. But it's part of the 2030 targets. That's right. Yes, Vision 2030.
And the UN Sustainable Development Goals for 2030.
That's right.
Quality education, goal number 4.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Tell us about the digital essay competition. You have done it now for
wait a second. May I add one thing here? We'll talk about digital essay competition in just a second. We'll come back to that. But I want to say that the initiative where we're working together with Martin, even though there, as he says, many things to work out with government, we're starting now. We're doing work now with the schools. We've already visited the schools, done classroom observation, done collaborative product development with the schools, and even in June we'll be bringing technology.
June this year.
June now in 2 weeks.
So is that?
Technology for Inclusive Education, TFIE as we're calling it. Technology for Inclusive Education into the schools now. TFIE, now. Because, well, we don't have time to waste.
Sure.
And these technologies and the content and the partners are ready, and even the ministry is ready to move now because they feel a sense of urgency. Maybe it's because of the elections, but I think the more serious ones are not just worked up by the election.
And it lays the issue of accessibility and affordability of assisted devices.
Yes.
Please address it once more, because my feeling is that these things are not, they may be available in the market, but sometimes they're out of reach in terms of pricing.
No, but this is the secret. This is the new news. It's all in the device. You don't need it. Yes, it's in the device. It's in this device. It's in this device. It's in Martin's phone. assistive technology is now built into the software, into the content, and yes, also into the hardware. But it's a device that serves many purposes. So the tablets going into the schools, the laptops going into the schools and into the hands of the teachers as part of digital literacy program are in many ways assistive.
So will that entail bringing especially the so-called inborn technology, right?
That's
yes.
Right, yes. It's helping to remove the excuse that has been there that assistive technology is expensive and affordable, which has led people to shying away from providing technology to those who need it in a different way. So when things are coming now, born accessible, the same phone, the same tablet, the same computer, the same microwave actually, the same TV.
The same content.
Yes, and the same content can be used by a certain child and a blind child at the same time. Yeah? Then that is what we are talking about, making things accessible to all at the same time.
Reducing the cost. Reducing the cost so that you can deliver the accessible materials even more cheap, the digital materials even more cheaply than you could deliver the physical ones.
That's right. A lot of retraining, kind of, because I think the market may not be aware of that. The availability of that did not call for a lot of retraining.
Absolutely. This is why we're collaborating. So Martin was talking about Perkins' global goal of 1 million teachers over the next 10 years trained for special needs education.
Yes.
In Kenya, the goal is 10,000 teachers. Over that 10 years, 1,000 teachers a year. And as part of the first milestone, 1,000 per year.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that's what we're trying to achieve as part of this first milestone also, because it's fine to deliver, it's work to deliver the technology, but without the teacher capacity, without these skills that you're asking about, you're not going very far.
Thank you. Now let's go to DC.
Fine. Digital essay competition. 5 years. This is the 5th year now, and we've had over 12,000 students through it. Over, the schools, certainly over 750 schools. I'll have to get the current count, but there are more than 750 schools who participated in digital essay competition in the past 4 years, and this year we expect to reach over 1,000 schools, and well, inshallah, we may reach to over 20,000 students.
What are the success stories for the past 5 years that we have enjoyed?
Yes.
And what are the challenges, the pertinent challenges that we have to overcome in the past now?
Yes.
Which is directly to inform your delivery principle.
And we're doing more research all the time to understand the successes and where are the weak points too. But I can tell you that the alumni of the competition, the ones who've gone through it and become finalists or winners, they're in secondary school now. Some of them have been performing very, very well. We stay in touch with them. Some of them have even gone on to college or to university. My favorite alumnus is a girl called Daniela. Were you there? Do you remember Akoth? She was from Migori. But she wrote a very nice poem as part of her essay. And Daniela is now at a teacher's college in Machakos. She's from Migori originally. So the kids are going on in education. It's still, 4 years is not such a long time. So we're all the time trying to find ways to measure impact more and more. And this is also why we formed Digital Literacy Trust.
One teacher you have encountered. One.
What's that?
One teacher that you have encountered for the past 5 years. Challenge, one teacher.
Oh, one key challenge. One key challenge. Well, I could say building ownership among the teachers. That's maybe been the most important challenge that we've faced. Acceptance, and more than just acceptance, because teachers have to accept a lot.
Yes.
Owning it. Were you at the prize giving last September?
Yes, I was.
You remember how those teachers took over? And even the students, they took over the prize giving.
Yes.
And it was actually a pupil who gave the closing remarks. That wasn't the agenda. It was a pupil. That was that guy. Actually, he gave his closing remarks in Kiswahili. I'm trying to remember, was he from Malindi or where was he from? I'll have to ask one of the people in the team. But he spoke very, very well. And he was our closer. Even at the launch event we had last week at Loreto Msangari, our keynote was a 4-year-old girl. Her name is Zawadi.
One I saw you before.
Yes. She had her own poem. It was about names. Because she's very proud of her name, Zawadi. And she was talking about, can we please, in this upcoming election, can we make sure we're not killing each other? And the teachers who were sitting at the high table were looking at her. You should see the picture. I think I'll show you the picture. Did you see their faces? They were like, "Who is this girl?" But she was speaking very nicely with her own ideas and her own voice. That's the impact that we've seen with lots and lots of students. Every time, this is why we do the prize giving, because we bring the finalists and we bring the winners together, and we bring their teachers together, and we want to see them owning it.
I want you to put locate Kitabu in terms of two things which are happening concurrently. One, the curriculum reform,
yes,
which has a demand on content,
yes,
and a challenge of
yes, yes.
The other one, this week we are on the ICT week. How is Kitabu oscillating the two? How are you staying relevant?
Yeah, I'll take the second one first because that's very short. Yeah, ICT week, yes. So this week, the answer is very simple. We're launching the digital essay competition for 2017. That's our focus. Yeah. Last week and this week, primary and secondary, to coincide with ICT week now. So the first question you asked about the curriculum reform. Yes, that's very interesting to us because the curriculum reform requires a whole lot of new materials. The development of new materials for the new competency-based curriculum rollout in pilot this year and rollout in 2018. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to work with publishers and encourage the entire content development community to create accessible materials. So materials, as Martin said, that are born accessible. That's our major focus in the curriculum reform. We're not trying to tell people how they should teach. We think that the content developers, the publishers, KICD have good insights into how to build materials for the new curriculum, but we want to ensure that those materials are born accessible using open standards such as EPUB and DAISY for the widest accessibility for inclusive education. As I was saying, TFIE, Technology for Inclusive Education, countrywide.
Thank you.
Yes.
The element of publishers.
Yes.
How well are they responding to it? Because I understand
very well.
You give them a platform.
Yes. So Mr. Njagi, who's the new chairman, the old chairman, now the new chairman, he's come back again by popular acclaim. Njagi is now the chairman of. No, so Wawero, he was too busy, so he was there for a term, and now he stepped down, and Njagi has come again, and Njagi is chairman of Kenya Publishers Association, and he's very enthusiastic because he sees, both as a publisher of early childhood materials, Mountaintop Publishers, but also as a guy who's been in the community, in the industry for a long time, he sees the importance of this moment, the new curriculum, for bringing materials, new materials, quality materials for quality education in Kenya, but also accessible materials for inclusive education. They're very supportive.
I want to go to Martin last question. You mentioned that this idea of bringing in appropriate technology has been there before. You did something in 2004, it was done again.
Yes.
And you say we may be doing it forever.
Yes.
Clarify. Does it not appear like it's an impossible task? I mean, we are never going to achieve.
No.
It's quoting you by your own.
That's right. Technology is a revolution. That's why we talk about technological revolution. It goes round and round. And so, where you stand today in technology, you will not be standing there tomorrow. And so the solutions we are providing today are not the solutions that will be needed tomorrow. And so, even as you provide technology for today, you are thinking about technology for tomorrow. Technology meaning hardware, software, skills and training, content. And all those are evolving. I mean, they're all integrated and they're moving at the same time forward. Okay? Content is becoming bigger and wider. Content is becoming more simplified. Content is becoming more integrated. Software is becoming all sorts of things. Gadgets are becoming all sorts of things. And so skills also are required for all sorts of things if you're going to interact with all groups. And so you've got all those four facets are moving together, and if we are providing the content today, the training today, the gadgets today, and the apps and the software today, in 10 years' time, the kids in class 1 will be receiving content, receiving gadgets, receiving training, and running applications or software will be dealing with totally different things.
So the past initiatives were not in vain. You didn't say the word.
No, they're never in vain. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because those who benefited from that technology today, I mean, those days, are something else today. They are possibly functioning much better than those who never had the chance, are in better employment, are enjoying education more, and are interacting with society in a bigger way. But as you know, as we are moving technology for, what we call technology for life, which is generally everyday technology, I think there's a whole drive towards simplifying it as it goes forward. Yeah, and so whereas things are becoming complex, they're also, the manufacturers are trying to simplify it as much as possible. My kid can use my phone very comfortably. I could never use a phone previously. She doesn't need to learn how to use a keyboard, but she can go to the internet, she can go to YouTube, she can search her homework, And so things are getting more simplified. And definitely that is what we are calling revolution, which never, it's static.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We'll have
nice
some
to see
more
you.
conversation in the future.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you very much.